The following episode of the Maui Chamber of Commerce's Business Matters was originally broadcast on November 19th, 2024.
It's time now for Business Matters, brought to you by the Maui Chamber of Commerce. And now, here's your host, the president of the Maui Chamber of Commerce, Pam Toompop. Good morning, Pam. How you doing today, Pam?
I am excellent, Gary. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. I start to feel a little bit of winter in the air, and nice and cool down here. I like it.
I love it. It is. I know it. It's getting a little cooler up in Kukalani. It's a glorious day. Want to thank you for everything you do for the show. So always grateful to work with you, and we always are on the fly, taking care of little tweaks every time on the dime, and you've always got it handled. We just love that and love you.
That's the way I do it. I fly by the seat of my pants.
Yes. Hearing you, me too. We rock. Yeah, this is awesome. Well, good morning, everybody. We're so glad to have you join Business Matters radio show this morning. I'm Pam Toompop, president of the Maui Chamber of Commerce, and it's always a joy to speak with small businesses, and also, elected officials, economists, people who want to talk about different areas of our economy, industry leaders. And so we're going to have a little bit of both this morning. We have a 3-pack for you today. We're going to speak with, first, Bick, who is the CEO of Hawaiian Sweet Company, followed by Dr. Sonia Gupta of AlohaBrite. And then lastly, we're going to speak with a re-elected county council member, Tom Cook. But let me begin by introducing you to Steve Bick. Steve is a dynamic CEO of Hawaiian Sweet Company, which is a leading brand dedicated to sharing the vibrant flavors of Hawaii with the world. Renowned for his expertise in business turnarounds and management consulting, Steve has built a career centered on revitalizing organizations and empowering small businesses to achieve sustainable growth. Steve's journey into the Hawaiian market began in 2016 when he invested in Maui. Captivated by the island's culture and its entrepreneurial spirit, he drew from years of experience helping companies unlock their potential, and he saw an opportunity to transform Hawaiian Sweet Company into a beloved brand that honors its roots while expanding its reach. Under his leadership, the company has flourished, embracing innovation while staying true to traditional recipes and values. Steve's passion for creating opportunities for local communities and fostering partnerships has solidified Hawaiian Sweet Company's reputation as a business that blends cultural pride with modern success. I just love that. Steve continues to inspire by combining his strategic acumen with a personal commitment to celebrating Hawaii's unique heritage. Through his work, he not only grows businesses, but also nurtures the connection between people, places, and the stories behind every sweet creation. Good morning, Steve. How are you this morning?
Yes. Hi, I'm very well. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's so great to get to talk to you this morning. I love having you at the festival. I love seeing you at the Made in Hawaii festival as well, and having you at the festival on Maui. How did everything go?
It went very well for us. Thank you. We've been at your show, as you know, since the inception. So, yeah, we love to support the Made in Hawaii. We also go to the Made in Hawaii and Made on Maui. So we at both shows, and both of them have been very successful for us.
Oh, I think that's fantastic. We love hearing, of course, that news, and you have really exciting products. So, let's start with talking about. I know that it's really important to you to have a commitment to Maui. And you've had a very long-standing commitment to Maui. But, tell us about the journey of how Hawaiian Sweet Company began and your dedication to the community throughout.
It's been a very long journey, that's for sure. You did right about that. And we've had our ups and downs along with all small businesses on Maui. So we started as a small shop, or I purchased a small shop on the front street in Lahaina. think it was 100 square feet, and the idea was to grow it into a brand across Hawaii, all the islands, to showcase what Maui can do. And we expanded over the years. We eventually had another shop in Kihei and one on Oahu. We started expanding there as well. And then, of course, we had COVID hit us all, which just shuttered everything. Followed up then by the fire. So during COVID, we shut down our operations, our retail operations, and started focusing just on online and the wholesale markets. And when COVID came out, we finished up with COVID. We decided to just concentrate on expanding the brand through the wholesale market, selling to retailers. And then, of course, unfortunately, the fires hit Lahaina and ultimately burnt the original store we had to the ground. But so yeah, we've morphed from retail into wholesale. Still able to sell to people online directly, but moved away from the actual retail operations. And I think this is allowing us to expand faster, to be honest, because there's a lot of retailers that can use our products, try and help them with their sales. Try and train in a way to help them grow their brand using our product. So we showcase our product on their store floors and maximize the sales with showing them how to display product correctly and then taking some of the headaches and the legwork out from them.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And as you point out, as you've been doing this, you're really helping so many other businesses as well. You're not only giving them a phenomenal product that helps them grow, but you're contributing to helping them understand, especially many of our small businesses, given your background, how to really maximize their business, how to look at things differently.
Yes, and I know sorry, go. No, I'm just bringing a lot of what I've learned over the years to that to showcase. I mean, if you've got a store and you have our products scattered around the store like a lot of people do, rather than say an actual display showcasing all of your Maui products on one display, it's going to attract the tourists to that area, and then that maximizes the sales of all Hawaiian products by showcasing. Because I think in a way, if you think of a tourist market, they're quite lazy. They're going to Hawaii and they want to enjoy the beaches and things like that, but they want to take something back home that showcases Maui or Hawaii. And so when they go to a store, rather than having to browse all over the place and try and extract certain things that they want, if you have a showcase in your store that you can see all of the Hawaiian products in one shelf or one area, it makes it a lot easier for them to decide what to purchase, and it actually increases the sales for all brands by doing that.
Excellent point. Excellent point. And it's lovely that you're helping them with that. And I know that, you're helping them in other ways. You've really contributed to local growth, and I know you're focused on how you can do that, particularly over the holiday season. Share a little bit about that with us.
Sorry, how we can expand during the holiday season?
Yeah, how you what you've got planned this holiday season and how it's contributing also to local growth.
Oh, yeah. So we've got a lot of gift boxes that we're doing now. And what we're doing is we're partnering up with a fair, I think right now we've got 3 local companies that are part of our gift box. So we're adding some coffee, we're adding some, what is the other thing we're doing? We're doing some jerky, beef jerkies, and then we've also adding some mac nuts from Waihi Valley Plantation, plus the Maui Nui venison into our gift box. And we've also adding some coffee that we've locally sourced. So we can showcase this as other products to our clients in a gift box that they then also selling on to their clients or giving away in some cases, like the hotels. They'll like to give these gift boxes to their higher end clients to showcase all of their Hawaiian and Maui products.
I think that's fantastic. Can you share where people are going to be able to find some of these? I know you mentioned you sell directly online, and where are the places people can find these gift boxes?
Well, to be honest, it's only online right now. I'm not exactly certain what the hotels are doing with them. Some of them, I believe, are putting them in their gift shops, but mostly they're just being given away, to be honest. I don't know that we're doing a lot in terms of selling the gift boxes. This is a new concept for us right now, other than going online and finding that online. There's no real other way to find the gift boxes. The products, of course, are on all the store shelves. We're on ABC stores, and we're in the commissaries, and we're in the hotels, and we're across pretty much all of the islands now. So we've done a good job of that. But as far as the gift boxes go, that's all new.
Yes, and what a fantastic collaboration that you've got going with these other companies and creating these items for the holiday season.
It's really good. In fact, Rosalani recently, I don't know if you knew, but they opened a ice cream store in Paia.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they came to us and asked us to make some special sauces for them. So our head of production, Kylie, came up with some fudge sauce and some caramel sauces and then also we crushing up our toffee and our brittle that can be sprinkled on top of the ice creams. And so that's been really fun to see people going into their store and then seeing our toppings go on top of their ice creams, which is also something a bit new for us. But it's nice to see the uptake, and I'll have to say they are delicious. But yeah, we haven't actually bottled that yet, but we just partnering up with them to see as a concept.
That's fantastic. I love that. It's nice. Over time, we keep coming up with more creative ideas and leveraging things up, and it's really exciting to think about that. I'm sure when you get to a broader market for fudge sauces, I can tell you that would be a huge hit at our household as well.
Yeah, yeah. Obviously, the thing that all businesses on Maui have to run into is competition from mainland products. And so, our prices will never, ever compete with that. You just can't compete on price. So the only thing you've got now is to make it unique, make it truly Maui or Hawaiian, if you will, products. And then you can command some form of a premium because, as we all know, it's very expensive to live on Maui. The rent is high, the wages are relatively high. So for businesses to cover all of that and compete with the mainland, you really need to be able to differentiate your product and make it a consumer gift item. Otherwise, you're going to run into some troubles. I mean, just look, for example, at the sugar company. They just couldn't compete anymore, could they?
No, they really couldn't. Nope, not with the imports that were coming in from other countries and environment. And we lost close to 1,000 employees and a lot of STEM jobs when we lost.
I know.
The sugar
It's a tough one.
It's a real tragedy. I also know, Steve, that through all of these amazing efforts, you have been also giving back to different charities and supporting our local community in that way. Can you share some of the things that you've been doing with the charities and some of the tours you've been doing with the school?
Yeah, the schools are fun. We every now and again we used to when we had our retail stores, we used to have a thing called Fudge University. Because nothing says "fu" like Fudge University, I think was the tagline. It was pretty funny. But so we obviously we lost Fudge University when we shut down our retail operations. But my head of sales came with this great idea that we should go to the schools and they can come and do a little tour of our production facility and then do a little fudge university, which means, making some of their own fudges and decorating it and adding some different flavors. And then they all walk off with a quarter-pound piece of, or quarter-pound of fudge or whatever. I think it actually might be 4 quarter-pound pieces, a pound of fudge that they walk off with in a nice showcase box, and they've made it themselves. And so that's one of the things we've done for the school tours and school groups. And then, of course, during the fires, we did our best to give the police and the firefighters hopefully some much needed support and treats with some of our products to just show that our support and for their efforts. And then every now and again, if we have some products that are getting close to expiration or about, a month or so out, then we would donate all of that to the food bank. So we have been giving outside of just the churches and the school tours. We do everything we can, as much as we can, to give back as often as possible.
Yeah, it's really amazing. It's really amazing. And I know that in all of this, as we kind of round out our time, I know that you are really passionate about encouraging people to shop local. Please tell people a little bit about that and how they can shop local this holiday season with you.
Yeah, shopping local is so important. I mean, without shopping, having the customers or the tourists shop local, it's, the whole economy sort of falls flat and we become a service-based economy. There's so much innovation and entrepreneurial spirit on Maui. In fact, the show, case in point, when we opened a store on Oahu, the locals on Oahu go, "Ooh, Maui, you guys are tough." Which I thought was quite amusing. They have it quite easy on Oahu because they've got so many more people that show up and such a diverse demographic of people and also businesses. And we in Maui, I think, are relatively small that way. So the support that's required to, keep all of these little businesses going, keep everybody employed, keep everybody busy, keep showcasing our product is enormously important for the success of Maui and also really to make it a place that people want to visit. I've traveled all over the world and, the good old days, you'd go to a different country and you would taste the local fare, and now you go and you get there and there's McDonald's and Starbucks. And it takes away a lot of the fun of the travel experience. And I think for visitors to Maui, if they can continue to see these local experiences, that brings them back. And I think that's even more important for everyone on the island. We need the tourists, we need them to come back, and we need to be able to showcase the local products to entice them to come back.
Absolutely. What is your website address so that they can shop online?
Oh yeah. In actual, if you guys want to go online, let's see, I'll just make certain I say it correctly, because it's Hawaiian Sweet. We were Hawaii Fudge Company, but we've now changed to Hawaiian Sweets. Let's make certain I give you the correct. It's Hawaiian Sweet Company spelled out .com. Or HawaiianSweetCompany.com.
Excellent. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. I always love seeing you. I love seeing you in the always, of course, at the Hawaiian Airlines Made in Hawaii. Hawaiian Airlines Made in Maui County Festival. But I love seeing you at the Made in Hawaii Festival as well. And I love your product. If you haven't seen Hawaiian Sweet Company's amazing fudge, look them up. Shop online this holiday season. Delicious flavors, beautiful looking fudge, the likes of which I've never seen before. Tremendous product. Thank you for all you do, Steve, for not only your company and your employees, but for other businesses in our entire community. We appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely. I really appreciate that. And thank you so much for having us. And yeah, it was great to bump into you guys at the Made in Maui. That was a surprise. So it was always nice to see your smiling face.
Oh, bless you. Nice to always see yours as well. You have a wonderful Maui day.
Thank you. You too. Yeah,
Thank
bye-bye.
you. Aloha. All right. Well, I just am always so inspired by our amazing entrepreneurs. And while Gary is reaching out to our next guest, I'm going to introduce her. She is Dr. Sonia Gupta. She is a dentist and creator of AlohaBrite. Sonia is a UC Berkeley graduate. She was on the dean's list the first 2 years as a chemical engineering student. She graduated with a dual degree in biology and economics. Imagine those two. She also attended UC San Francisco, so UCSF Dental School, to become a doctor of dental surgery. And she is is currently a dentist at Maui Memorial Hospital and at Maui Dental Group. Sonia followed her parents' footsteps in becoming an entrepreneur and attending college. Eventually, after doing that, she created what we know today as AlohaBrite. And it's a phenomenal product that sort of took everybody by great surprise, both on Maui and as we've been promoting it on television. And Oahu, people are like, dental products? You've got toothpaste and dental products? And it's really fun and exciting to share that we do. Gary, do we have Sonia on?
Not yet. I'm still trying.
Okay. So as Gary works to connect with Sonia, she is just, if you've been to the Made in Maui County Festival, you know Sonia is a bright light. As a dentist, it's fun. She has a big, bright smile, which attracts a lot of people because her teeth are beautiful. But in addition to that, she wears a cute blue fairy costume, which the kids absolutely love. And it's just, she's the tooth fairy and has a team that dresses up, and it's just so adorable. And the way she displays her products is amazing. And she has a whole array of phenomenal products that people just cherish. It's been a huge hit, and it's very cutely packaged in a great little environmental bag, and it's just all about. Oh, we've got her. Okay, I can tell Gary's got her on, and we should have her shortly, because I'd rather she get to describe all the amazing things she had.
Hold on, Pam. She got disconnected.
Uh-oh. Okay. That happens when you're just getting the call and trying to hit speakerphone. That's when it happens for me. When I'm just getting the call trying to hit speakerphone, and somehow I hit something else. We'll have Sonia on, but she's got amazing products. And really, everybody I know who's using them, including myself, I really enjoy them and find them, unique and different. And so she's got all sorts of different things. But one of the things that I think is a real hit for many of us, especially if you're a coffee or tea drinker, is she's got an amazing whitening stick that helps with that. So it's nice as those of us who drink things I've been eating a lot of cherries lately in my oatmeal because they're delicious. And of course, that doesn't help with your, keeping your teeth white and bright too. Or blueberry. Those kinds of things make a difference. So how we doing, Gary? Or maybe what I should do is I'm going to help get her started and talk about some of her products.
I'm still having trouble. I'm still having trouble getting through to her.
Oh, shucks. Okay.
So let me try it one more time. Hold on a second here.
Yeah, let's try one more time. And I would love to I really, even if she misses this time, I'd sure love to connect and share some of her products with people. And I'm just checking on the website while Gary is trying to connect with her. Oh my goodness. I see what happened. Okay. So, I was going to say, my internet's running a little slow this morning. But I think I should have it any second now. There we go. So, some of the amazing things that AlohaBrite has is we on now? Okay, so I'm going to keep talking while Gary is working on that so that we get to share some of the amazing things with you. One of the things she also has is these, what she calls Aloha Tooth Swipes. And so they're these little swipes that you actually kind of put on your finger and you brush your own teeth with your finger. So it says when you can't brush, you swipe. And that is really cool. And so a lot of people are amazed by that. She also has a really cute bamboo AlohaBrite a dental floss in there. So it's in a bamboo case. Everything's very eco-friendly. She's got like a bamboo scoop that you can use. She's got an Aloha repair paste for your teeth.
Okay, we got her, Pam.
Oh, great. I'm so glad. Good morning, Sonia. How are you?
Good morning, Pam. How are you?
I'm excellent. Thank you. I was just going through some of your different products off of your AlohaBrite, AlohaBrice.com website. We're so glad to have you. Can you tell us a little bit about why you started AlohaBrite?
Why I started it? Yeah, sure, of course. So actually, it wasn't meant to be a business. I started making clean products for my child when he was born, so about 6 years ago. I was really excited to make him clean, fresh products that were not in plastic tubes and not filled with plastic like most of our floss and our toothpaste is. So I started making them for him. I started with our little wipes for his teeth. I would clean his gums with them when he was a baby, and then started cleaning his teeth with them. And then I infused hydroxyapatite in them so that I could get some remineralizing action for his teeth. And from that, evolved into a mom's group, and I was giving all my products as gifts. And from there, a friend told me to go to the farmer's market. And so I went there one day and people bought my products, and I was surprised. And it basically evolved from there.
And now you've been at the Made in Maui County Festival 2 years. People love your booth.
Thank you. I never imagined I would ever, one, be invited to go to the Made in Maui, let alone attend and know you so well and be a part of the whole community that you've created, Tam. It's really an honor and it's amazing.
Well, we are thrilled to have you there. And of course, you've won booth awards because people just think it's phenomenal. But really, one of the things that was said to me this year, and it was really amazing to me. We also had some buyers from Japan. Yeah, but also, so that was, they made a comment on it, but so did others, that you had people at the booth giving expert dental advice. So not only did they find a gorgeous display of products, but they had people at the booth, including yourself, teaching people about how to take care of their teeth and how to do it with your products. Can you share a little bit about that experience?
Oh, yes, absolutely. You're asking about, you mean educating people on like oral hygiene in general at the booth?
Yes, and how they benefit from your product.
Oh, yes, absolutely. So, well, my passion is really preventative dentistry. That's why I went to UCSF for dental school. They're very focused on prevention. And I just really enjoyed meeting people and talking to people, not only about my products, but just about basic hygiene and oral health. And especially if they have kids or babies or even pets, the importance of maintaining their oral health because our oral health is connected to our systemic health, right? So everything starts with the mouth. And as far as the products go, I like sharing what I've created because I feel like it's a cleaner, safer way to keep our hygiene, our teeth clean, our mouth clean for our whole family, our pets, our kids, everybody. And I use hydroxyapatite, which is similar to fluoride in action. It remineralizes, rebuilds the teeth and the enamel and the bone, but it's more biocompatible, biomimetic. That just means it's naturally occurring in our body. It's just calcium and phosphate minerals. And so fluoride is something foreign to our body, but hydroxyapatite is natural in our body. So it's a way to rebuild our enamel and get that enamel and bone back more naturally. So that's why I love sharing about my product and just overall preventing dental problems and the need to be in a dental office and drilling teeth.
No, yeah, very good point. Absolutely. Very good point. And I remember a conversation we were having about tooth caps and just you're saying really the artistic ability it takes to make a gold cap for somebody's teeth. You really have to be a goldsmith and to do it well and do it right and make sure it fits well and so it was just fascinating to hear about the other part of your practice, which is being a dentist and how you're leveraging all of that amazing technology to help people, as you said, keep away from the chair.
Yes, absolutely.
Along the way. So tell everybody more about where your products are available. Are they currently only available in Hawaii, or are you looking globally? And where can we find them?
Oh, yes, absolutely. So they're on our website. We do ship all over the world. Our website is AlohaBrite.com, Brite spelled Brite. And if you have any questions, you can message us on Instagram or email through the website. But we also do the Wailea Village Farmers Market on Maui and the Upcountry Kula Farmers Market on Maui. And we're at several stores like Down to Earth, Alive and Well, the Maui Ocean Center, the Four Seasons Hotel. And you can find our products there as well as some other locations off island and on the mainland.
Fantastic. Well, you've got such a great array, folks. If you're just again even questioning what these products look like, I was sharing that you use bamboo and natural product. It really is a bright, fresh array. You know, if you want to do something great for your family, I mean, everybody needs dental care, so I highly recommend that you look at AlohaBrite.com. As she mentioned, BRITE. Definitely take a look. These are amazing products for your own family. Definitely works for children because it was created to help her son. And so you'll find some amazing things. But they also make great gifts. And also, we've been giving them away as stocking stuffers. And putting him in his stocking stuffers. And of course, the kids always go, oh, you know, I think normally if we had put toothpaste and a toothbrush in a stocking, they would be like, oh yeah, there's mom again. But this is a cute pack that makes everybody go, wow, and they're excited to kind of look at it. So also, you know, if you want to encourage your kids to brush a little bit more, take a look at AlohaBrite.com. Sonia, thank you so much for joining us. I'm sorry we had a little bit of technical issues and didn't get to spend as much time with you this morning, but we will have you on again in the future and just really appreciate all you're doing to create these phenomenal products that are more attuned with our body and help us really take good care of our teeth.
Oh, thank you so much, Pamela. Have a wonderful day and happy holidays. Thank you for having me.
You have a wonderful day too. Aloha. She is such a treasure. If you haven't seen her, and come next year, look for her at the annual Made in Maui County Festival. Just amazing product. But also look her up now because I'm serious. Fun stocking stuffers, especially for mom. Anyway, for everybody, but especially for moms, I think it helps, especially if you've got young children. I don't. My kids are older, but they really appreciated kids like this. So we're going to next have Tom Cook on. I know Gary is going to reach out to Tom Cook. He is now going into his second term as a Maui County Council member representing South Maui. He did win the election. We're going to talk a little bit about that. He is a 50-year Maui resident, father of 5 children, who all graduated from Maui Public Schools, was a carpenter and tradesman for many, many years on island, known for his excellent work, known for his community service, very involved in the process when we were doing the Maui Island Plan, has been a great leader and a great council member. And at this time, you know, totally has a passion for and understands the tremendous need for housing. And so we're thrilled to have him back on the show. Gary, is Tom there? Gary must be calling Tom as we speak. And so while Gary gets Tom on the phone, you know, this has been an interesting election, you know, in his race that came down to the wire with former council member Kelly King, but Tom has been certified as the winner of that race. And so we are just really excited to hear from him and how he is ready to hit the ground running. And he's got a lot of things that he would love to talk about. One of the things that he's concerned about is sediment removal. And so he's got a lot to share on other things that maybe we haven't thought about and what some of the challenges are with some of these things, like how sediment removal is impacting our land and some of the challenges that we have there. He also is worried about some of the retention basins and flood control management, you know, and has been very involved in looking at drainage and, you know, the engineering behind our system. And so looking at that as well as, you know, impacts on patterns of drainage and sediment some of the things that have happened over time due to sedimentation, and also our wetland. So I'm hoping we can get him on soon because he has a lot that he really wants to share this morning. And Gary, do we have some on?
No, not yet.
Okay.
He's going directly to voicemail, so I'm going to text him right now.
Okay, awesome. We'll give him a quick text. When you're a council member, you're a busy man, and when you're a re-elected council member, just fresh off of the election, you're a very busy man. I've gotten to see Tom recently at two major community events. One was at the Maui Visitors Bureau 50th annual meeting, which was, they were celebrating their 50th anniversary. It wasn't their 50th annual meeting, but they were celebrating the 50th anniversary of the annual meeting, and he was there. And of course, people are flooding to talk to him. And then the Maui Contractors Association holiday party this past Saturday. It's a group of people that he knows and who deeply appreciate the work he does. And so, when he's around, everybody has a lot of questions for him, and he's always so gracious with his time to connect with everybody and make sure that he gets him on board. All right. Good morning, Tom. I just introduced you and talked about all your amazing background and how you were connecting with people at recent events. So I know you've got a lot of things that you want to share, and so let's get right into them. But first, if you'll share with everybody very briefly, kind of where the election process is now in case it's challenged.
Well, the election was very close. I'm very pleased to be reelected. The uncured ballot issue has been addressed. The county clerk's office did a really professional job of addressing everything correctly. So I expect to be sworn in January and starting my second term.
We are thrilled. We are thrilled to have you back. And I was talking about, your knowledge and your passion in housing and the work you've been doing in there. But I know that you want to talk about some projects that are underway that were started in your current term, and some of the things that you wanted to talk about on sediment removal.
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity, Pam. It's always great to be able to work with you in the chamber, and I like your morning show. It's very informative, and I'm glad to be part of it. Thank you.
You're welcome. We're thrilled to have you.
Some of the work that we started this last year, and I want to point out, being a council member is a continuation. So some of the things that things I'm working on have been discussed in the past, like R1 water, etc., and started. And they're, by the same token, at the end of my terms, other people will start and continue it. So that's the nice thing about the council, and I'm glad that there's term limits now so that there'll be fresh ideas, but also the continuity of public works projects. So anyway, the Kalaniakoi Gulch sediment removal, I don't know how much you've heard about that, but it's really a big deal. County of Maui is working with NRCS to remove 100,000 cubic yards of sediment. And for those, that's a lot of trucks. Just for people to be able to visualize it, underneath the bridge on the Pi'ilani Highway should have approximately 12 feet of clearance from the bottom of the bridge down to the stream bed, and it currently has 2 feet. So there's 10 feet of sediment for the entire width of the basin all the way down. So that has been one of the main primary things that have amplified the flooding. So instead of it going into a channel and somewhat of a reservoir, it's been basically flooding out like a delta. So that is underway. That's P.D. Sullivan is doing the contracting work. They're hauling the sediment off-site, putting it in a variety. Some of it for agricultural use, some of it that is high salinity will be used for fill material. And that should be done hopefully within the next 2 months, possibly 3 months. There was a delay due to some contractual protest, but we won't get into that. But that is something I'm really excited. That's something I'm really excited about doing. The NRCS is paying for the first 30,000 cubic yards, and the county of Maui is paying for the balance.
That's a great
Another,
partnership.
yeah, so that's helping to address some of the flood mitigation from the Pi'ilani Highway Makai, and then NRCS was awarded the federal government was awarded, I think, about a $360,000 study where they're working with the ranches up Malka to do a study for a retention basin. And that's what's really needed to mitigate our flooding in South Maui, is to address the floodwaters from Malka to Makai. And so these retention basins would be diverting water from the stream into a large unlined reservoir, which would be the retention basin to retain the water. And then the overflow from that would be going back into the stream. So it isn't like altering the stream flow, it's just capturing the floodwater. And then since it's unlined, that would enable the water to percolate down into the ground, and it would be assist to recharge the aquifer. So, and then also it would be able, the sediment, much of the sediment would settle, and that's mostly topsoil, and that would be able to be cleaned out every couple of years and put back on the pastures. So, I'm really excited because it really is addressing the flooding issue, but in an environmentally conscious way, and being akamai about it all.
Yeah, and I want to share something that has come up, and so I'm glad that you're covering these projects because, the flooding in Kihei has been just such a tremendous thing for a number of years, and you're really moving the dime on that to really address it in very environmental friendly ways. But some of the ranchers, people were blaming the ranchers, saying you're not managing your property. And I went up with NRCS and we did a tour, and the axis deer are a huge problem because they're eating everything down to the root, which then makes the water run fast and differently down that land. And so these type of permits make it.
You're absolutely correct. And the ranches are working diligently on it. I mean, it's affecting their business, but also we're really fortunate that the 3 major ranches in South Maui are really stewards of the land. They are generational families. And like you said, people blaming them is misguided because they are really big part of the solution. The deer issue is, from my conversations recently, I think we're turning the tide, so to speak. There's a lot of work to be done, but the fencing, which has been quite expensive, it's been a combination of public-private partnerships for the payment of it, but running at Malka to Makai to stop the lateral migration of the deer, or to interrupt the lateral migration of the deer, which is enabling them to sort of cubbyhole them, so to speak. The harvesting activities up at Ulapalakua Ranch, it's another organization that I believe is actually doing the harvesting and processing, but the ranch is cooperating with them. And that is going quite well. In fact, I think the venison is becoming more and more popular, and it is another resource. Some people have expressed to me, Pam, the concern about, quote, the eradication of the deer, and it's a resource. I don't think that, first, I agree with them. We don't want to get rid of all the deer, but we just need to get it down from 70,000 to maybe 6,000 or 7,000 that could be managed.
They're very prolific breeders, by the way. So yes, don't worry.
We need some cows back, because the cows eat it down to a certain point, but they leave enough to catch the sediment. I'd like to share another couple of things that are occurring.
Yes,
The county of Maui, and this has to do with the wetlands. the County of Maui has been negotiating with with a landowner in both the Waipulani and the Kalaniakoi gulches, and there it basically both sides have done an appraisal, and now it's in the negotiation period. And the community really wants to buy it. We just have to be able to buy it at a reasonable cost. But I'm excited about that because then these parcels, some of them had entitlement to build more homes in it. But what we've learned over the years, building homes in those areas is inappropriate and undesirable. And so that the county purchasing this for open space and then working with the local communities, groups that are really doing a great job of planting indigenous plants and basically rehabilitating the wetlands so that the water that does come down that is managed in the flood channels the wetlands can function the way they're supposed to. So it's very holistic, and I'm excited to be part of trying to pull all these threads together and, connect the dots. I didn't start all of this, but I think my construction experience and my relationship with people is enabling us to sort of actually get some things done during my term. And I'm excited about that. And I'm grateful for all of the different people who are participating in it because it really is a group effort.
That is a tremendous step. Now, can you, for people who are listening, I think I know which area you're talking about, but can you describe the area so people know what area that you're talking about? Because I think
it's properties that are from in between the Pi'ilani Highway and South Kihei Road.
Yeah.
And it's basically the Kalaniakoi Gulch. There's a couple of properties as well as the Waipulani Gulch. And there again, I'm from upcountry. I call everything a gulch. So if the wire runs in it, if somebody wants to correct me, then they can. But that's that's my roots. That's where I'm from. So that there's areas in there that have been, many areas in South Kihei were filled in or built with, legitimately with flood control where you elevate I won't get into the weeds from the construction, but literally you have to elevate and bolt down your propane tanks and do a whole bunch of stuff because it's in a flood area. So just live and learn. Don't build any more houses in those areas. Rehabilitate the wetlands so that they can function the way that's supposed to for open space and part of the whole natural process for the water and keeping the sediment out of the ocean and just all of the wonderful things that it does. Another thing that is really positive is the County of Maui Public Works has last year hired a professional engineer that had a lot of experience in flooding and drainage assessment. And we put in funding in this last budget for that study. And it's kind of funny. I think it's funny, Pam. People hear, we don't need a study. We know it's flooding. We don't need a study. We know there's traffic. When they say study, what it is an assessment to look at the condition, review what the previous condition was, as far as a lot of the stream flows have been modified simply because of the sediment. If it fills up in one area, it starts spilling over in another area, it causes another one. So potentially much of this water previously might have was going into Kealia Pond, where right now it's just going into the road and into the condominiums. But anyway, we have some real talent in public works working on that, and they have funding, and I think within a few months we'll get a report from that. And what that report and assessment is sort of an assessment of how it used to be through aerial photographs and documentation, how it is now, where it would be appropriate to rehabilitate drainage that was the natural drainage flows that are currently not being as functional as they used to, if that makes sense. So, without me without me getting too detailed in all the micro stuff, people accuse me all the time of like, Tom, you don't want to get in the weeds. I'm going like, well, that's the only way you build stuff is if you're detailed oriented. But I'm not building it. I'm a policy person now.
And the thing is, it's important for people to understand, and especially on all these runoff issues. I'm sure really the community is thrilled because, and I used to live out in Kihei, lived in many places across the island, but these are things that have been plaguing that area for a very long time, and part of it is because they're big fixes. It's understanding it is a big fix, changing the way we look at where we're putting developments and why these are big changes, and you've been on the front line of that. Tom, Gary, Sonia, we're getting ready to wrap up, so I really want to just have you share for a moment. We're just so thrilled to have you back on the county council working on all these things, and I want to say thank you for all the amazing work that you do.
Well, that's very gracious of you, and I'm excited to be. I'm humble and excited that the community has reelected me so that I can continue to do this work. I think that one of the aspects of being in politics is the messaging, and since this was such a close race, I feel I will work diligently with town halls and outreach to the community so that they will understand that some of the messaging that has been put forth through me is inaccurate. I look forward to people to get to know me. And I'm always open to people's ideas and suggestions because that's how we continue to grow, is to be open-minded. 1 minute.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And very well said, Tom. And that's why I think it's important to sometimes get in the weeds to help people understand, and not just look at something from the surface, to really help people understand what's going on. Well, I just want to thank you again, Tom. So glad to have you on. Congratulations again. And, business matters goes quick every day. So I wish we always had more time. I know we could always talk for an hour with every single guest. But I want to thank all of our listeners for tuning in to Business Matters. We hope you have a bright and beautiful Maui day and a wonderful week. And of course, it is that holiday season. So Thanksgiving is upon us. So blessings and aloha to everyone. Mahuyo.